scenery of Africa is beautiful, extremely beautiful.
The sky is so incredibly open. If you want to see something in terms of lighting, it's going to happen.
There's something sort of ancient about this wild place.
Working in conservation has really shaped me as a person. I now feel with the 13 years of being out in the field, it has really made me stronger.
It's absolutely my dream to be in the field. I've always wanted to come to Africa and work long term, and to be able to work with monkeys is really just incredible.
So the interesting thing for me about working with the ocean is that it's delving into something that is this great blue expanse from the surface, and yet it's teeming with life that we very seldom come into contact with.
You learn the monkeys by physical features on their bodies, so like nicks on the ears and scars on the face, as well as colorings, also anything that's happening on the tail. So you kind of get to know them physically first, and then once you get to know them, I think you get to understand a little bit more about the way that they interact with their group and how they move within their unit and their personality a little bit.
Within the African setup, and more specifically within the Kenyan setup, wildlife has become a heritage for the Kenyans. In the Maasai land, for example, the Maasais have a lot of attachment to wildlife. And they believe so strongly that part of their life is really related to wildlife. So now we are so excited because we are able to see that the communities are actually benefiting directly, both in terms of getting revenues from the tourism facility, and then also the employment that has been created for them. They've also built a school. They have built 2 schools. So with that, the community is able to see beyond conservation, and they're able to see the benefits that also come alongside with conservation.
So my daily routine during fieldwork involves going out on a boat, deploying cameras to the sea floor, and filming for an hour the life that swims in front of the camera. We then haul to the surface and I analyze that footage back in the office. So what the cameras do for me and the work that I'm doing really allows me to have is an underwater eye. And I think that being a diver is one aspect of that. Being immersed in water and being able to swim around and see and feel and hear what's going on in the water is one aspect of it. But certainly working with the cameras as a scientist gives you real insight into species that you wouldn't necessarily see if you were diving. A lot of species are shy, they move naturally away from divers, they don't want to be near humans in the water. And some are actually attracted to humans, and so that kind of gives you the skewed view of what's going on in an area. And so by using underwater cameras, we kind of get this slightly less biased view of how animals behave underwater, how they interact with one another, and to bring that into the lab afterwards and to kind of watch that and see things that you've never seen before as a diver. I think that's a hugely exciting thing. It's a very rewarding thing for a fish nerd as a scientist.
Sometimes I'm supposed to be focusing on adult monkey and I see a baby just fall right over, and it's hard not to laugh a little bit. But they're just filled with this wonderful sense of they can't really get anything together yet. They're just so young and they don't really know what they're doing. It's really fun to see the babies play as well, because a lot of times one individual will just be sitting on a rock, minding its own business, eating grass or something, and another one just kicks them right in the head and they fall over. They also play in trees a lot, and when they do that, they just fall out of the trees and make this huge kerplump sound on the ground. It sounds like they've broken all their bones, but they get right up and keep on running around.
If there's one thing I never get tired of, is seeing the elephants coming into the park. Even if I'm walking out on a community and then I see a herd of elephants with the little ones, I will tell the driver, can you please stop? Let's have a look at a little bit of it. So when we are coming and going out to the field for some field work, we always have to give ourselves an allowance of about 1 hour, because we know that 1 hour we'll have to spend it in the park. We just can't avoid it.
I would say I'm a primatologist in training. I just graduated with my undergraduate degree in anthropology and ecology and evolutionary biology, and I hope to continue in the field, getting either a master's or a doctoral degree in primatology.
My official position in the African Wildlife Foundation is the country director for Kenya.
I'm a marine ecologist and I'm doing my PhD using underwater cameras to map biodiversity in a beautiful bay region in Cape Town called False Bay.
Girls can be scientists.
It's kind of a funny thought to me that there's this distinction between girls and guys in science at all.
For a small girl of that age of 10 years asking, can a female be a conservationist? Please tell her my answer is a big yes, and they make very good conservationists.